Can you just tell me, just introduce yourself with your name and your title is?
Yeah, Peter Brownwoods with the Rotorua Lakes Council, General Inspector, Geothermal's one of my roles.
Oh, that's good. So thank you for spending the time with us today, Peter, to talk about the bore, which is, I call it erupted here. It's a bit of an eruption, isn't it? It was going pretty strongly this morning.
Yes.
How would you describe the strength of it?
It's not a particularly strong bore, probably around the 10-pound mark.
Oh, okay.
It's quite spectacular with the cold air. There's a lot of steam this morning and been quite calm. It was going quite high into the air.
Yes.
Yes, an eruption. Good a description as any for it.
So what do you think causes this? Before you were talking about the barometric pressure changing?
That has affected them in the past. It's generally what would turn out to be an old bore that was abandoned. People forgot it was there, and it was just buried, and it's just decided to come back to life. I haven't looked at the barometric pressure for the last couple of days, but I'm reasonably confident that we probably would have had a drop in the pressure, air pressure, yesterday.
So how many times do this sort of thing happen around Rotorua?
We would get maybe a couple of times a year.
Mm-hmm. And is there any danger in things like this, or is it just more a bit of a surprise and a nuisance?
It's a bit of a surprise and a nuisance. I mean, initially when there's stones and hot water being thrown around, but as long as you keep it back from them, probably the biggest danger is undermining of the ground. So if you stand on the edge.
And are there other bores in this area which might get affected?
There is one working bore in here, which with all the cold water we're putting down will probably run cold for a few days.
Oh, okay. And one of the things which a lot of people have said is that, you know, something like this has happened because the bores have actually been closed down and there's pressure building up in there. Is there any truth in that?
I don't subscribe to that completely. It's not so much pressure, the water level has returned, yes. We're a lot safer now than we were pre the bore closure program. No, these things have been happening. I've been doing the job in the retired 2000, so the last 14 years, and I can't say there's been any increase in the last few years.
Yeah. And how long do you think it'll take to plug this one?
This one's causing us a bit of problem.
Why is that?
We can't get the water into it at the moment. So this is looking promising at the moment. What we do is we just pump cold water in, which will overcome the hot water coming to the surface, and then it'll eventually take the cold water, which will quench the bore out. Once we get to that stage, it's pretty much done and dusted, and then we can get it grouted shut.
Yeah. And it's a bit like what they did in the Gulf of Mexico, where they filled them with concrete, isn't it?
Exactly. That's exactly what will happen. It'll be filled to the standards with a proper cement grout and render the bore safe.
Oh, good. Well, thank you very much for your time, and good luck with the project.
No trouble. Yep.
Yeah. Cheers.